Yo, I get so tired of hearing this shit about good people are boring. It's not necessarily that good people are boring, but I think people get it mixed up with the fact that good people have standards, they got morals, they got principles, and they got boundaries, right? You got women out there where men will say, "Oh, she boring, man. I don't like her," and stuff like that. But you say that because she ain't down to do all the X-rated stuff, right? She don't take it up the tailpipe or whatnot. You know what I'm talking about. She ain't out there trying to swallow this and do all this crazy stuff that you done seen in them videos and stuff. So you get that mixed up with the fact that she born. In reality, she just got morals and boundaries that she don't see herself doing that. You might can open her up to some stuff like that later on down the line, but that's not who she is at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Same thing like women that say that about men. He boring as hell. Like he all he do is go to work, he come home, he might play his little video games or something like that. He stay out of trouble. Ain't really no drama with him and stuff like that. He is straightforward. Like, and you use that as a cop out saying he boring. In reality though, the dude probably just trying to save his money. You know, he come home, he stack his money up. He probably trying to get a house. He probably trying to go ahead and invest in a business or something like that. He take his time real serious as far as that because he ain't got time to just blowing that shit every weekend, going out and doing this and doing that. So you look at like he boring and this, that, and the third. In reality, he goal orientated. He got boundaries and he ain't really trying to let nobody cross them boundaries or whatever, you know? And another thing about good people, I think it's a cop out while a lot of people say that stuff is because with good people, you're not gonna be able to play victim with them, right? You know they not cheating on you. They not doing all this crazy stuff, and you're gonna have to bring your character, your best character, to the table with them. You know what I'm saying? Because they treating people good. They not out here being an asshole towards you and stuff like that. So you can't sit there and play a victim and use that as a reason to justify your shitty actions towards them. It's easy to play that when you with a dude who treating you bad, or you with a woman who treating you bad, and you go ahead and backdoor her or something. You backdoor him and say, "Oh, look what they did to me." So that's why I went ahead and I had my little fling too. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's all fair game. Fair exchange is not a robbery. We get that, but with a good person, you don't got that kind of room to do that because they're not doing that type of stuff. They ain't on that type of time with it. So you can't really go ahead and use that as a reason to justify any type of shitty actions that you use towards them. They treating you good. It force you to raise your game to a whole nother standard and a whole nother level. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people get that shit mixed up with that. Good people are boring. In reality, they got boundaries, they got morals, they got ethics, they got principles, and that's what they live by. And if you're not with it, then hey, you got to get lost. It's straight up. And a lot of people will go under, like, if you're a bad person, they will go looking under any little fucking rock to find a reason to justify screwing this person over. Because if they sit back and tell their friends, like, "I just left her. She was a good woman," or "He was a good man, but I just left him. I don't know. They were just too boring. I couldn't deal with it." A lot of times, if you got good friends in your corner, like, who got their head on right, they be like, "Wait, they did this for you, they did that for you, and you just left them? They ain't do nothing? You just left them? You bugging." Like, you know what I'm saying? You bugging. And a lot of people don't want to take that kind of accountability. Whether it's men, whether it's women, a lot of people, if you're just not that good of a person or you don't want to meet that level or that standard, they don't want to take that kind of accountability. So they just sit up there and they look under any little rock. I don't know, man. She left too much hair in the sink or some shit. You don't really hear these type of excuses out of men. I ain't gonna lie. I don't really hear that shit out of men. A lot of times I see men actually just own up. Look, I effed that up. I do see that with women though. I ain't gonna lie. They make up some stupid ass excuse like, "Oh, he left the toilet seat up a little bit too much" or something like that. Like, oh, like really, cut it out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, silly shit. So, yeah, man. I think for real, for on the real serious note though, good people got standards, they got morals, they got principles, they got boundaries. And yeah, you gotta raise your game to another level. It's like being on a team with a Michael Jordan or a Kobe or something like that. They not there to F around and just have fun. They there to win. So you got to put in that same work that they put in. Even if you can't produce the same output that they produce, you got to at least try. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody can do that. So they set a standard and you got to live up to that standard type shit. And a lot of people be like, I can't do that. So I'm going to just cop out and see, they do this too much, and that's why I gotta leave. Like, yo, just say I'm not rocking with. Look, you good, but it's just too much, and I can't keep up with that. I don't think I'm a good fit for you, type shit. Respect it. Go your own way. Cool, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I think a lot of us get that shit mixed and twisted. That they boring, and in reality, you know, that ain't really necessarily the case. At least that's how I look at the shit. Like, you know.